right, I guess we're live here. Checking it out. We are live. We are live. All right. All right. So, if you are here in the chat, we are going to be doing this press conference, the WWE press conference. I have no idea what to expect. It's been a wild, wild week here in WWE. So, we got this press conference coming up here at 7. They are getting ready as we speak. So I'm going to pull it up here on my phone too so we can watch along. Obviously, can't put it on here or I'll get copyrighted. So we're going to test the waters here and see how this stream goes. It has been a wild week here in wrestling. I know we got people in here already. Shout out Uncle Jamie. What's going on? If you're in the chat, drop something in the chat. Well, I'll answer any questions you got. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of questions. So if there is anything, drop a question. I don't know what to expect from this. Apparently, we're going to figure it out here today with this WrestleMania. They're going live now. So they're going to pretty much, it's supposed to be a kickoff to what they're doing with WrestleMania. I have no idea what to expect from the Roman and Cody stuff with The Rock. I have pretty much put up. No, Cody is not turning heel. But I'm super excited because we got all right, we got some people in the chat. All right. So this live stream, this is basically setting up everything for WrestleMania. I don't know what to expect. Basically everybody that's reporting and everybody, I mean Dave and Fightful, they've basically said that it's going to be decided what the WrestleMania card is tonight in return in terms of the main event with Roman and The Rock and Cody. Roman, I don't know what to do with this. I've already recorded 40 some minutes. I've already done 40 some minutes of airtime on why The Rock should not be a part of this main event, and I have not aired any of it. So if you were looking for the rant, I know that Uncle Jamie in the chat, he's been looking forward to it, but I put that on ice. So maybe I'll send you a little. A little cut. That way, the cut that no one's seen. So, but if you do not know what's going on here, pretty much what's happening is that The Rock has entered into the WrestleMania picture, and I don't. It doesn't make sense logically, story booking, but what it does make sense is that it is the biggest match that they can put on. So the intro is live right now if you're watching the press conference. So they're kicking it off here. We'll see what happens. I don't expect the Roman and Cody stuff to happen until the end. But apparently Cody has made his decision. He put that up on his Instagram that he's made his decision. I do not know what they're going to do. I booked it so that without The Rock coming in and interfering, my booking was make the alliance and that's a great question, Grado 80. I love that. Like that's what if I was going to be booking, my question, the way that I had it was that the bloodline always comes in and they always interfere with the match. So why don't they just do Cody and Roman, and then right at the point where the bloodline and Solo always comes out and they always interfere in the match, why doesn't The Rock's music hit and he clears the path for Cody to get the pin? So that seemed, and then that not only sets up for next year's WrestleMania. It didn't even have to be a WrestleMania. It can be SummerSlam. It can be really at any point. You could literally put The Rock, insert him right into the bloodline storyline that keeps him and Roman together, but now that sets a clear path now for Cody as champion to move on from Reigns, and we can get away from the story and he can like carve his own path. That's what I feel like they should do. I don't know what they will do. But they're showing the guys coming in right now. Roman, and here comes Dwayne. I don't know what to expect. Apparently, this was free admission, so if you were there and um, yeah, if it, I don't know, it was free admission to get in. They booked the T-Mobile Arena, and they had VIP packages. You could pay like $500 for a VIP package to get into this. That's absurd. But they are gonna run a package right now. I'm anticipating Rock getting heavily booed. I'm assuming based off of his what he did on Pat McAfee today. He did the whole Hollywood Rock shtick where he just started crapping all over everybody. I like that too, Grado 80. I love that. Love that. So they're playing some promo vid right now. I think we're getting Bianca. I think we're getting Bailey too. So we're gonna have some women's stuff set up here too. I mean, the Bailey EO match is pretty much already. They already announced that. They already set that up. That'll be a really good match, especially fight for over Damage Control and the SmackDown Women's Championship or whatever they're calling that now. That'll be a really good match, especially for Bailey, where she's been like one of the four horsewomen, but she's also been like left out as well. She hasn't really gotten her huge WrestleMania moment that she deserves. I mean, she was the champion for 30 what 30 whatever that was. Oh my gosh. I can't even remember now. It was way long time ago. The one with Charlotte, but it felt like it wasn't actually her moment. So, super excited to see what Bailey does. I have no idea what they're going to do. If they were smart, they would do a three-way for the World Heavyweight Championship belt, and they would with Seth. So it would be a three-way with Seth and Drew and Sammy. I feel like that's the right thing to do. They've both earned it. Drew's doing arguably the best stuff he's ever done in his career. Sammy has just declared himself as not just a guy. He's a contender now for the championship. So that is interesting as well. I feel like that is the three-way that we should get. I don't want to see the Cody Roman Rock three-way. I want to see I really want to see the Seth and those guys three-way. If they're not gonna have Cody, I'm super afraid. I'm so afraid because I'm gonna be at WrestleMania. The only reason I'm like kind of doing this and I'm so into this is I will be at WrestleMania. So I know I'm gonna start booing the hell out of it if while I'm there. This is a bit of a deal they're doing here with this. Wow, there's a crowd there. I did not I did not expect there to be this big of a crowd. Wow. I really like the graphics for WrestleMania so far. Are they okay? I was gonna say. All right, so Cole's gonna take over here. Allison still think that this is a work. I'm hoping it's a work. This is really good. This is really good planning by WWE to put this in Las Vegas. Everyone's already out there this week. The Super Bowl is this Sunday in Vegas. Makes a lot of sense. Pat's show is live from. Good to see Big E on the commentary there. Um, good. I mean, everyone's out there. The most eyes you're ever gonna get. This is. They've never done a press conference of this magnitude. CM Punk's on commentary too. Rumors I saw on the internet is that CM Punk could be the host of WrestleMania. I don't know how I feel about that. That makes me feel like it's a slap in the face to him. But yeah, no. I'm excited for this. This is Big E. Big E looking good. The rumor out there too is that Big E could be coming back, and it would be New Day versus Imperium. That's an interesting match. This is a really big production just for a press conference. Really big. Yeah, having Punk having Punk around. Having Punk around's good. He's gonna get his WrestleMania moment. It just really sucks that he's hurt and he tore his other tricep. All right, let's get this kicked off. Big E's talking here. All right. Well, I also am excited to see that 2K24 they're the sponsor here, so that's pretty cool. We'll have that. We'll have a review on that whenever it comes out. It comes out in about 30-ish days. We're around 30, 29 days till that's out. Excited for that one. That's going to be a good game. It looks really good so far. A lot of stuff they added. Um, ambulance match, casket match. The blood now is like sticking to things, so like it doesn't just disappear anymore. It's like gonna make like scenes on like the canvas and stuff. Muhammad Ali was added as extra DLC. That's interesting too. They're already booing Rock. I How do we feel about Pat? I don't really. I'm usually a huge lover of Pat because I love his show, but I need to take him in spurts. I can't listen to his show all the time. Whenever it's good, it's great. But then I feel like their shtick, for me at least, it gets old over time, and I gotta step away, and then I gotta come back in. Crowd's hot. Crowd's hot. That's good. Huh. The Rock went on Pat's show today and called the other Cody fans Cody crybabies. Or I don't know. I feel like I fit into that category. I mean, I was irate. I know that like being here at the house was not good on Friday night. I was very upset. I was very upset. All right. Punk saying it's gonna be spicy. Yeah, Rock is definitely salty. The people want Cody more for sure. The thing it's I am not saying that Rock and Roman is not the money match. It's not the match. I've been advocating for that match for 3 years, ever since I started this Bloodline storyline. The problem I have with it is that it doesn't fit in the story. You don't. The reason that this doesn't make any sense to me, so I'll get into this before they start. This is why it does not make sense to me. You don't have. This isn't. I'm gonna steal this from the Podski doc. Shout out Podski doc. I don't know if you're listening in here yet, but uh, other co-host of the show, JC, he said that like this is a hero's journey, and like Han Solo didn't jump in the X-wing and blow up the Death Star at the last second. That's not a hero's story. Like he did get the girl, but he didn't come in and steal the moment. And like this, the other thing too with Cody won the Royal Rumble. He won the Rumble 6 days before he won the Rumble 2 weeks ago. He points at Roman and says, "You, I want you." And then he's like, "No, I'm gonna give my spot to The Rock." Like that doesn't logically make sense. I'm gonna get fired up here. This does not make sense. So this would be the same thing, like to put it in football terms. The 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs are playing in the Super Bowl. For the 49, this would be like the 49ers would be like Cody winning the Royal Rumble. The Niners have won the NFC and they're getting their chance to go to the Super Bowl and or Cody WrestleMania, and that would be like them handing off their spot in the Super Bowl to the Rams so that they can go to the Super Bowl and play the Chiefs. That does not make sense. That makes no sense. But that's exactly what they just did on Friday night. That's what I have a problem with. Ooh, what if two is a part of the bloodline? I don't know. That's a great question. Probably is. If you get one of those tats, you are, right? Isn't that the rule? All right, so do we still have no? Oh, we got good old Byron Saxton. He's talking to Paul Heyman. What's Paul gonna say? I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do here. If I'm rebooking, if I'm trying to make logical sense out of this now, since they've basically came in and took a massive dump right in the middle of the ring with this, and it doesn't make logical storyline sense. What would make sense is that you do Rock and Roman night one for the necklace for the head of the table, and then you take that and then you go to night two with Cody, and then you do what my booking was, where Cody is getting ready to get got by Solo, and then Rock's music hits, and then you just double down on that story, and I don't know. It's what I feel like that would make sense too, but I feel like Roman's gonna have to go. I feel like Roman's gonna have to go back to back nights, which is absurd for him because he wrestles 3 times a year anymore. All right. I mean, he still have plenty of days left. We got like what 60 days till WrestleMania, but they can't. I feel like they can't string everybody along for this. They can't string everybody along for 30 more days. I feel like they're gonna. They already have an issue with the fans already that are pissed off. I feel like you can't give them 30 more days, or you're gonna kill Cody's babyface run here. Whatever they're gonna do, they need to make a decision. They need to make it. Hopefully, they make it tonight. So, are they gonna drag this out for like 2 hours? Of course, that's my problem. Pat is a little bit of a mark on screen, which I know that's probably his shtick, but he leans too hard into it. Like, we get it, dude. I figured that's what CM Punk was gonna say. How about CM Punk putting over Cody there? Of course he did, especially the way Rock took his WrestleMania main event in 29. WWE Speed? What is this? Okay, so they're going to be giving it. So this WWE Speed thing is just going to be a new thing on Twitter where they're going to be putting matches on for 5 minutes or less. Okay, it's a good way to get people noticed and get them out there. I don't mind that. All right, here we go. All right, so here comes the triple. Here comes Triple H out here. I'm assuming we're gonna get Vince questions. Ooh, so I love that question, Chase. The what are we gonna do with the Logan Paul and Kevin Owens thing? Since Sammy has inserted himself as a contender, I don't know how he would get his way out of that storyline now. Or, well, I guess we'll find out here. But if they did Kevin and Sammy versus the Paul brothers, I heard that was talked about with Jake and Logan Paul together as a tag team. That is an awesome WrestleMania match. I'm here for that one. So they're not going to sit down at a booth or anything. He's just going to be out here wheeling and dealing. I'm assuming we're going to get. Are we going to get Vince questions? We better. Somebody better ask him some damn Vince questions. Or is he just going to cut a promo? He's going to cut a promo. So while Triple H is putting himself over here in WrestleMania, when they start talking about Madison Square Garden too, and the fact that Roman, like the fact that Roman and Rock is the match, Cody doesn't need to get his spot until they get to MSG show. I know for like the past generation, this isn't like throwing generational shade because I still feel like Madison Square Garden holds a little bit of weight and importance, but I don't think like the 10-year-olds with Cody or like even like the generations like even right behind me, I don't think they care about MSG. I could be wrong. I feel like that. I feel like buildings and stuff like that over time they've lost their luster like that. Like anytime you did Madison Square Garden, like that was like a big deal. Like when bands would do the Garden or anybody else or like would do like, comedy shows like in the Garden and stuff like that. It was a big deal. I don't think that that's the case anymore. I could be wrong, but I don't think that they should hold this off and have Cody not go over until they get to MSG. It's like not until September. The only problem that I have with them waiting until September is that you're just stringing you're just stringing everybody along, and at some point what WWE's been notorious for is waiting too long and then just dropping it on you, and you don't get the desired effect that you want. And they've done that for like the last 15 years. Now, like during the Attitude Era, they did things a little bit differently, and even before the Attitude Era, like in New Gen and stuff like that, they didn't dangle things forever. Like they paid them off. I guess they got a plan though. We'll see how it plays out. There is a crowd there. I am so surprised at how many people are there. I know this is like a free event, but there's probably, I mean, what else is there to do on Super Bowl Thursday? All right, let's get into the press conference here, Paul. Let's keep her moving. Well, while Paul's talking about WrestleMania and all that, will the Podski will be boots on the ground at WrestleMania. We'll be back to back WrestleManias. Last year was at WrestleMania 39, so we'll be at 40 this year. Gonna be going in on Friday, so we'll go into NXT on Saturday morning, and then hitting up Mania Night 1. Then got all day Sunday to get ready for Mania Night 2. So the 2 night Mania is I'm actually really into it now. I didn't think I would be into 2 nights of Mania, but I like it a lot now. It's really crazy, especially like when your first experience of WrestleMania is a 2 night event. It's like you get to go to WrestleMania and you already did it one night, and then you get to do it all over again. So it was like kind of like it didn't. It felt weird. It was like going to a game and seeing it twice. It was kind of weird, like back to back nights. Like it was really cool. So Paul's out. Cole and McAfee are back on the stage, and I guess we're gonna get this thing kicked off here. It only took them 22 minutes. All right, so we're doing a vignette for Bianca Belair. All right, cool. So at least had that right. I don't think they're gonna put Bianca in there with Jade. I think that's too soon to do that match. Mainly because Jade's just a smidge still green. She was still Jade, like from AEW when she was in that Rumble. She looked amazing though. They hid her they hid her well. They did her very well. She looked like a gajillion dollars. All right, come on, Pat. All right, Belair's music's hitting. Is she a full gimmick? Okay, I was gonna say. I thought for a second she was a full gimmick. I was like, wow, that's commitment to the characters here. Think that? Do you think that hair is real? All right, what's Bianca gonna say? Okay. Okay, so they're gonna put over her show with Montez on Hulu, Love and WWE, I think is what it's called. Yeah. All right, so she's gonna put over that. Also, to add, since we will be at WrestleMania, last year we did do live shows. Not live shows, we did shows nightly of everything that kind of happened that day. I'm assuming we're going to do the same thing over again this year. I don't see why we wouldn't. So, those are things to expect. But really, right now, we only have the three shows. We're going to NXT and WrestleMania right now. So, I don't know if there's going to be anything. I'm assuming we'll probably do a show on Friday night. So I don't know what, not sure what shows are going to be on Friday night yet, but I think we're gonna probably figure that out soon. Yeah, really tough crowd on the sticks. Jeez. All right, so she's saying that she's walking into WrestleMania as not a champion for once. That's true. Okay, came out to cut a nice little promo for Love and WWE, and we're off and running again. So all right, cool. Okay, so they're gonna do the. Okay, so they're gonna set up the women's stuff on uh they're gonna set up the women's stuff for elimination chamber, so that's good. I mean, that's the other thing that throws a wrinkle into this Cody Roman stuff and Seth and all that too. is that we literally got Elimination Chamber, and that is a enormous stadium show in Australia. So that is what that's what throws a monkey wrench in all of this, because what do you do? And you have this enormous show that, like, Australia paid WWE a ton of money for them to go to Australia and do this show, and like they wanted Rock and Roman. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're gonna get Rock. There ain't no way Rock's going to Australia. So they're showing Rhea Ripley. Showing Rhea Ripley here, a vignette of her. Her chase to the title last year was way better than her reign. Her and Judgment Day is awesome. Judgment Day is like, they started out. If it wouldn't be for the fact that Dom Mysterio got arrested on Thanksgiving night last year, I feel like the Judgment Day wouldn't have taken off as well as they have. But I think that the big match here for Rhea has to be Becky. So I imagine that's what my prediction is for Rhea for WrestleMania. That makes sense because Ripley's reign as champion, she's had very lackluster opponents like Zelina Vega. Not throwing shade at them, but they're not huge, big, credible opponents like Raquel Rodriguez. Like, Raquel was on a really good run there, but she's not as credible as somebody like a Becky Lynch or a Charlotte, or they're just not there yet. And that doesn't mean they won't be, but they're just not. So she's had some very subpar contenders for the world title. So adding somebody like Becky gives her instant credibility and would even make her stronger. Or to see if she loses, then I mean, that's even better for Becky coming back on her train to get the title. The Judgment Day has a weird spot this year because you have Priest, who has Money in the Bank. You have Dom, who he was supposed to face Lesnar. Clearly that ain't happening anymore. If I was them, I'd still run it back, and I'd do it with Braun Breaker, because Braun Breaker looked like a gajillion dollars out there too. Like, he looked amazing. So I don't know why they don't feed Dom to Breaker, and they can make Breaker. I feel like that is like an easy, simple solution to that. But they said that Breaker is going to stay down on NXT. But for those of you who don't know, Braun Breaker that's Rick Steiner's kid, and he is a carbon copy of Rick Steiner. He looks like Rick Steiner, but talks like Scott. So he is an amazing specimen. Was on the Ravens, so shout out Ravens. He was on the Ravens, I believe. He was trying out for the Ravens. So Rhea's cutting another promo here. I was not expecting this style of press conference. I was expecting like a legitimate, like, we're going to come sit down at a booth, we're going to talk. This makes me feel like we're going to shoot an angle. There's like a stage, there's a platform. You don't have that big of a stage if you're just going to have people come out and stand and talk. Here's one of these sticks. Here's one of these sticks, Brian. You can come pick it up. I'll keep them right here tucked in behind me. So Rhea's going to put over the Perth show, the Australia show, which is Elimination Chamber. She's going to definitely put that over because she's from Australia, so that makes total sense. I don't know what they're going to do for that either. You don't want to give away your match, so you got to give something to bridge the gap. So we'll see. Ah, you're Becky. Perfect. All right. Just give me the damn book already, I guess. I guess I'm just too damn smart for this. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on. This is a really good WrestleMania match. One down, a million to go. Crowd really behind Becky here. Huh. Well, this should be quick. What has she got her best John Morrison outfit on here? Good lord. Okay, so they're gonna have a yeah. So Becky's in the elimination chamber. I don't see how Becky doesn't win that elimination chamber. I mean, the women's Royal Rumble was already decided. Yeah, that makes sense because the women's Royal Rumble was already decided with Bailey, and so she's going for the SmackDown one. So now all they gotta do is figure out the Raw title, which is Rhea Ripley's title. So we just now announced that there's a qualifying match with Belair to get into the Elimination Chamber, but Becky Lynch is already in the Elimination Chamber, so it's good stuff. Hmm. Well, that at least it makes me hopeful here that when they do this style of press conference, that it won't be overly long. I don't want to like sit here all night. This is fun though. Thank you for all the listeners and everyone in the chat checking it out. Whoa, okay, that was a big line. Okay, that was a nice line. Becky, because Rhea Ripley's like line is that mommy's always on top. Becky said that mommy's gonna find out what it's gonna be like to be on bottom because the man is around. So that was a nice little play on words. Here comes Adam Pierce out. Adam Pierce has been a pretty good general manager. I got to give it to him. He was a pretty good wrestler in his day. ROH guy. Never really made it to the big stage, but he's been really good. I really like the addition of Nick Aldis as the SmackDown general manager as well. He's done a really good job of that too. So there we go, Rhea Ripley. They're putting up the big elimination chamber. So it is Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley for elimination chamber. Nia Jax, I know that Andretti, he's talked about it here on the show multiple times that people like Nia Jax, who you might not like her because she has not always been in good spots or always have done good things, but she's very important because she adds credibility. She's really big. So it's good. It's really good that they have somebody like Nia who's credible and can do this and come in a match like this. So there we go. Meechin and Belair tomorrow night for a qualifying match to get into the Elimination Chamber, and Becky is already in. So here we go with Seth. Seth's getting ready to walk in, looking pretty dapper there, the old bow tie. So all right, so we only got those four left. So they're going to bring Rollins out. They're probably going to bring all four of them out, I would assume, because Rollins is going to want to make his case to Cody. Cody's probably going to come out and say something about, I've made my decision. Roman's music hits. Roman comes out and says, well, what's your decision? And then The Rock's music hits, and then The Rock comes out, and that's probably what's going to happen here. So we're on a Pizza Hut commercial. No one out pizzas the damn hut. Everyone knows that. Sweet meets heat. We all love that sweet heat. So yeah, this is. I know that Cody is scheduled to be on SmackDown tomorrow night. So maybe they're doing something. Maybe this extends. Obviously, this is going to extend tomorrow night too. So here's the WrestleMania showcase with 2K23. It's a 2K23 commercial. That WrestleMania 39 arena looks really good in game. So yeah, the big selling point here with 2K24 is that it's 40 years of WrestleMania, so you get to replay through some of the biggest moments of WrestleMania, and that's the showcase this year. That'll be fun. They did that 10 years ago with 2K14, and you did 30 years of WrestleMania, and you had to do 30 you got to do every single WrestleMania. I don't. I think based since it's been so long and so many other things have happened, um, they can't have certain people in those matches that they had before. They just don't have access to them, like whether or not they have done bad things or they just don't work for the company anymore. So, but yeah, the other thing that they did with that 2K24, the 40 Years of Mania, which is the digital deluxe edition, they removed Brock Lesnar off that cover, so John Cena took his place. They just moved John Cena from a smaller spot to the bigger spot. So they're showing the tag match from WrestleMania 1. Um, so this is, first WrestleMania, get your feel good moments. T-Mobile Arena, home of the Las Vegas Knights, and it's pretty much where all the UFC fights are now. They're all in T-Mobile. So we're back. I'm assuming Rollins is going to come out first now. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get. Well, we got 20 minutes. I'm assuming. I'm assuming this is only gonna be an hour, and it's gonna be. So we're gonna get a big Yeah, we're gonna get a big vignette here. Seth Rollins as World Heavyweight Champion. That he's done an amazing job as World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not disputing the fact that he's not a good champion. He's a really good champion. He's done some of the best stuff. That Monday Night Messiah stuff and all that stuff that he did after he got killed by the Fiend with the hammer, and he did like that weird gimmick, the Monday Night Messiah. I don't care. You can come on here and you can say that the Monday Night Messiah sucked, or I think it sucked. I think it was awful. A lot of people loved that. They said, "Oh my God, the Attitude Era, that would have been so great." No, it wouldn't. It would have been just as bad in the Attitude Era as it was then. But he's really caught his footing as like this way over the top eccentric character, and he's awesome. Like I'm all the way back for Seth Rollins, and I love the fact that they brought the big gold back. It's a big gold with a twist, big gold with a twist, and that's all right. But I like the look of the title, so I'm excited to see what Seth's gonna say. He's been doing amazing in those promos, like him trying to convince Cody, like that Cody needs to face him and try to convince him. It's really good promo work. Not believable in story, but when you're watching it, it's very entertaining, and it does make you actually sit and think, like because he's very convincing when he talks. Still wish they would have brought back the original Big Gold. All right. All right. So we're off and running here with Seth. It's a pretty great suit. I don't know. I'm assuming he's gonna call Cody out, and they're gonna do the whole thing. So WrestleMania and Seth Rollins has been pretty good to him. Talk about the heist of the century, WrestleMania 31. That was like that's the best WrestleMania moment in a long, like, I can't think of a better moment that has happened at WrestleMania than him coming out cashing in the Money in the Bank at the end of the show on Roman and Brock Lesnar. That's the heist of the century. Like, that's a great, I that WrestleMania. I want to talk about that on the show sometime. Everybody that's in here right now and you want to see, I know Uncle Jamie, he's down for anything that happens here on the show. We're definitely going to talk about WrestleMania 31 someday. But if you're watching along here, today we did the Icon series. We did part 2 with the Crow Sting. So we took a look at everything from Bash at the Beach 96 to the end of WCW. And we will be doing the TNA, WWE, and AEW run all in part 3 with JC. And next week we got No Way Out 2004. So that was the night that Eddie Guerrero became champion before WrestleMania 20. We're doing, sticking with the theme here, we did Royal Rumble 2004, mainly because that's the Forgotten Rumble. And then we're going to follow it up with that in-between show, the bridge show to WrestleMania 20, which is No Way Out 2004. And then we're going to follow it up with, so here comes Roman. And then we're going to follow it up with WrestleMania 20 leading up to WrestleMania. So super, super excited. WrestleMania 20 is a good show. So here comes an 8-minute intro. So this will take a while. Roman is coming out here now. This is kind of weird, especially based off what Roman said last week on SmackDown in the lead up to The Rock coming out. Him saying that, like, just absolutely buried him. Buried the title, called him, like, said he had a bum leg. Like, it was not a good, that just buried Seth. Like, it made Seth look so bad. I don't understand why they did that. This is a good face-off, though. Crazy that they were all in the Shield together with Dean Ambrose or Jon Moxley. It's crazy that that faction has pretty much paved this entire generation. All right. All right. We get it. We get it. So we got the Cody chants already going. This might work out better for Roman because the heat's not even on Roman. No one cares if Roman. No one's mad at Roman, which is weird. Because you want Roman to be the big heel. So we'll see what we're saying here. We'll turn it up a little bit here. That was a good one. Good start. Yeah, he's trying to sell it like they're not chanting for Rocky, but they're clearly chanting for Cody. So Roman is saying that it's not Cody's decision. He hesitated, and now it's Roman's decision. So now Roman is now choosing who is going to face him in the main event of WrestleMania. Okay, so Roman is gonna choose, and so Roman chooses The Rock. So Rock's music hits. He's getting booed. They're trying to hide it. But you can't hide those boos. I don't know what they're gonna do here. I don't know how they're gonna end this. This is, oh my. I'm either gonna be probably gonna be pissed with what they do here. I just feel like they're burying Seth. Like they're just making Seth look like a jabron, and he's not like at all. Like he's had such a good year. Well, I guess they're gonna get ready to announce something big, and then Cody's music's gonna hit, and they're gonna do something. I don't know. This seems like a big risk to put Rock, who is 51 years old. The last two real matches that he's had were at WrestleMania against John Cena, and in both of those matches, he got severely hurt. He tore his abdomen in the second one. In the first one, he tore his hamstring. The last two matches that he's had that were over 10 years ago, who I would assume he's in better shape then than what he is now, uh, he got hurt. So this seems like a really big risk to pull somebody in for that. Like, I don't know. They're really giving it to him. So they have Rock and Roman doing a face off in the on the sidetrons there. And he's getting booed all right. There's some Rocky chants in there. The So they're really playing this up. Now they're saying also too, Rock looks a little, I don't know, he's not that good of an actor. Like let's just be real here. He's genuinely perplexed at the response that they're getting here. Like I can't be the only one thinking this. The other really annoying thing about this too is that Rock, he's politic for this match. He wants this match. This is an Endeavor power play in that they want the biggest match possible, and I don't disagree with you. You want the biggest match possible, but this does not make storyline sense. And for them to insert Rock in here, it does not make any sense. It's a big match. It's a big match. It's going to be a great match. Like I don't know if it'll be a great match, but it's a big moment, and that like they need the big moment. But this does not make. Uh, Well, where's Cody? What's Cody gonna do here? We got like 8 minutes. I'm assuming it's only gonna be an hour. Okay, all right, quit playing with us. Like, let's do something here. Cody's got a decision to make. Yeah, they're giving it to him. They don't want it. This is not the response they were thinking. You cannot go with this match to WrestleMania. That they're gonna get booed out of the building. It's Philly. No, he does not. He's pissed. Okay. Here comes the Cody chance. So they're gonna start the John Cena chant. So he's gonna run with this now and try to get and call everyone Cody crybabies. This will be his big tagline. He used that in 20. Use that at 28 with the Fruity Pebbles guy. All right, so Rock's gonna show us something here. All right, so we're showing. He said it doesn't matter what's gonna happen. We're gonna respect it. And this is the bloodline. So there's this. So this is the Samoan. This is the legitimate Samoan bloodline that's in wrestling. Everyone knows this. So that's legit. So now they're gonna try to tell us that we don't what we don't already know. Like we already know. It's this is such an awesome match. This should be the damn match, but this is not the place or time. Not the place or time. It's not. I'm sorry. It is the match though. It's the match. Like if this was last year, this match should have happened last year. Yeah, he's just gonna go heel. That won't. So you're gonna do heel versus heel at WrestleMania? I mean, obviously Roman will turn. Okay, well, what's Cody gonna fucking do here? I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't need to be for the title. It does not. This match does not need to be for the title. That's what's frustrating. This match does not need the title. It is a big enough match. It is a moment without it. It's a big enough match without it. I don't. It doesn't need it doesn't need this belt. Okay, so here's Cody. Cody comes out, no pomp and circumstance, just right out here. So Cody just said that this is BS. So Cody basically came out and hijacked the show. All right, so Cody's claiming that he won the Royal Rumble. It's his choice. Cody's gonna say something to Rock. So Cody's okay. Okay, so Cody chose Roman. Okay, all right. Obvious choice. Now this puts him in a predicament because this is where you got to put Rock as night one. I don't know what we're gonna do here. Just killing Seth again. What is the point of this? So Triple H, Nick Aldis are out there. Okay. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay, all right. This is pretty big. Saying that if the High Chief Peter Maivia was here, he would be ashamed. All right, so Triple H, Aldis, and Pierce, both managers are out there. Now everybody's in here now. Okay, so Rock said when you talk about Roman's family, you talk about my family. All right. Okay. Oh shit. Probably shouldn't say that on live, but so Rock slapped Cody in the face. Big pull apart here. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting a slap. All right, so they're shooing Cody away. That doesn't solve anything. I kind of like that they got this mic'd up. This is kind of cool. They didn't solve anything. What are we doing? Oh, enough with the goosebumps gimmick. We get it already. So I mean they did make the decision. Cody picked Roman. All right, so CM Punk playing for the crowd here. That was pretty great. They just put Cody up on the screen up there. And now they took it down. Okay, I don't know what they're I don't know what the plan was there. I don't know what they're obviously they're gonna try to set up like a Seth and Cody versus like Roman and Rock maybe like do they do that but they can't do that because Roman they already said is not going to Elimination Chamber. So, all right. Dude, that guy right there, when we talk about belt hell on the show, when we talk about belt hell, that guy right over McAfee's shoulder holding up both belts, that guy's in belt hell. When you go to a show and you got to carry your belts around, that's what belt hell is. So now Cody and Roman are up on the screen. I mean, I don't know what else to say. That's got to be the end of the show. I don't really know. There's really nothing else to really talk about. I mean, that was a pretty big moment. Other than now they've muddied the waters even more because now what's the answer? Like you had Rock stand up for Roman and stand up against Cody. Cody got slapped in the face and then he gets like kind of pushed away and didn't really fight back. Um, I don't know. It leaves me with more answers than it does. It means there's more questions than answers. So I don't really like the way Michael Cole's talking about like the way that Roman is talking about the B team or the number twos. Like I really, really, really do not like the fact that they're putting down another championship for the World Heavyweight Championship is legitimately the workhorse championship. That's what it is. And for him to continuously put it down for a championship that he's only defended like 3 times in the last calendar year, that's really frustrating. Like the view, like we're not stupid, and I know that he's doing it because he's a heel. I understand that from that perspective, but I don't understand the logic behind continuously putting Seth down. But I guess that's it for the press conference. So I really appreciate all who are still here and watched along. This was actually fun. Maybe we'll do this a little bit more in the future. But yeah, make sure you check out the socials and like and subscribe, hit the bell notification for when we do post content or go live. And make sure you check us out on Twitter and Instagram at _Podski. If you go to those socials, you'll see what we got coming up for the rest of the month. We have No Way Out 2004. We got the Podski 100. We're getting close to wrapping that up, and then a show that I'm really excited to talk about is the NXT Arrival show. So that was the first NXT pay-per-view that they ran back in 2014. I believe that is Natty versus Charlotte. That's like a really there's a lot of the stars that you see on television today were from that show. That's where they got their start. So I believe Tyler Black, which is Seth Rollins, he's on that show. A lot of good stuff. So make sure you watch along for those. Keep your eyes out for that. And I mean, I guess that's it. There's really nothing else that they're doing. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Podski.